Hey everyone, it's Chris with StacksBasecamp.com again. So in the last video that I did, we went over the StacksReviews stacks by StacksAppStacks.com. It's a lot of stacks. So today we're going to be showing you how to actually add the stacks to a website or to a project file and get the reviews system all set up. We're going to be adding it to the StacksGuru.com site. Last time we did the Stacks Basecamp site, I'd already done it just so I can show you, give you a good overview as to what the stacks look like and in kind of how they operate. But today we're going to go in. I haven't added anything to the Stacks Guru site yet, so you're gonna, be doing this with me. All right. So yeah, I'm excited. These are incredible stacks. Scott, as always, outdid himself, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So let's get in there, let's get it done, and we'll have some fun. Okay, so here is the Stacks Guru website. If you didn't know what Stacks Guru is, it is a website for us to be able to search through basically the spoken word. So I know that for me personally, I'll watch Joe's weekly Wednesday lives or his demo videos, and he'll mention something about something, regarding some stack or some thing, some technique, and a few months, even weeks, days sometimes later, I'll think, oh man, what was that thing he said? And I'm then now stuck scrubbing through, hundreds of videos, hours at a time, trying to find that one snippet of conversation that he had. But now with Stacks Guru, you can cut that time, down significantly. Basically, what I've done is I've taken all the videos that Joe's done, that I've done, that Isaiah over at Your Head has done, and I've scrubbed them. The YouTube channel, I have copied all of the transcripts and gotten all that good old metadata and added it to Total CMS. Okay, so if like Joe said something about a partial, I can just type in partials, fine, hit search, and these are all the videos that have the word partial in them. So if I were to then click on like this, Stacks 3 partials are so amazeballs. So here's the video. You have the transcript right here on the left. You can watch it right here on the right, and even search the page for where that word actually is in the transcript. So you can click on the video and then, unfortunately you have to manually scrub to the part, but I can't be perfect. I can't do everything for you people. So I think this is a pretty good website. It's really useful. I use it myself. I mean, I built this for me because I just wanted to be able to search the videos more easily, and I think that this is a pretty good solution. So you also have the filters up here. You can filter by developer, filter by categories, and I'm going through, and it's a slow but steady process where I'm adding tags. I'm tagging the videos and categorizing them so that we can look at all the videos about lazy loading. Just click on that, and here are 2 videos by Tav over at Big White Duck, and these videos have lazy loading. So I think you get the idea. But what I want to do is actually set up the reviews system that Scott over at StacksAppStacks.com has created, and add a reviews system to the videos. Okay, so I have my Stacks Guru website right here, and we're just gonna we're gonna do this together. So okay, so the first thing I want to do is actually create a reviews page. So I'm just going to take my sandbox page here, and I'm going to duplicate it and call it reviews. Come over here, change the folder, keep things organized. Browser title, just for now, I'll put reviews. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and just clean some stuff up, because we don't need all of that. Alright, and I'll get rid of shelf, don't need shelf. Alright, so I'm going to come over here, and I think I accidentally deleted my footer, so I'm just going to steal my footer from that page and put it here. Okay, so we have the basic reviews page, right? Alright, now what I'm going to do is create the admin pages. So I'm going to hit duplicate, duplicate. I'm going to say this is the admin reviews view page. Okay, and then this one is the admin reviews config, because we need a configuration page. I'm going to take both of these, put them underneath there, because I like my stuff organized. And I'm going to say this is admin-reviews-view. Okay, I'm just going to copy that and come over here, and then this one is my config. Okay, so we have our 3 pages set up, right? Now what I'm going to do is come up here and steal my page safe, and I'm going to put that on here and here. And actually, for the config page, we don't need site styles or a footer. It's just easier to it's better just to leave it, you know, as plain as simple. Okay, so let's get our StacksReviews stacks up. All right, here we go. So I'm in the config page. So what I'm going to do is find the config. Is it this one? Yep. The configuration stack. All right. And over here, this is where we would, you know, if you wanted notifications, you know, the email subject, you could put, you know, new review from Stacks Guru. Okay. So, and then the email body, we'll leave that blank for now, but you know, you can fill out the email from name to address, basically the same kind of things that you would use or fill out for you know, a form, a Foundation 6 form or some other form. Just for today though, I'm going to not use the notifications, so I'll just turn that off and leave these blank. But you know, it's basically the same thing as you would do with any other form. Okay, so that's it for this, right? And then I'm going to come over here to the reviews view page, and I'm going to actually put on here the admin. So here's my admin stack. Put that here, and I'm going to leave all of this the same because my language is English, and these all, you know, work for me for what I'm doing. But if you have a different language, this is where you can do some localization and change the language. Okay, so we got that going, and then now for the reviews actual view, like for the front facing view page for people to come to the site. If you wanted to have this page, you don't have to have this page, but you know, this is just a good way to get, you know, or allow for people to see all the reviews, right? So I'm just going to throw on here a container, and I'm going to put in a column. I'm going to give that some padding and gutters, and I'll put in the header, and I'll just say, you know, what people are saying. There we go. I'm going to center this, and I'm going to make that the page title. Okay, now Just duplicate that, get rid of the header. And what I'll do is now put in, let me go find the Stacks Reviews, and I'm going to put in a Stacks Review display, okay? And also I'll put in a Stacks Review average. I'll put the average actually underneath the top header, okay? And so, now that we have that, I'm going to build out a quick little, layout, okay? So I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of go with what I did before, where it's the avatar on the left and then the name and then the rating underneath it, that kind of thing. I think that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to use Columns Pro. I'm going to give this some padding and gutters. I'm going to add another column, and I'm going to set this one to shrink to content, okay, and leave this one at auto. And then I'm going to find a picture stack, throw that on there, center the image, okay, and then because the way the stacks work, I'm going to use warehouse and set the image URL to one curly brace, avatar, and then, and then another curly brace, okay? So if you're familiar with Total CMS, then this should be a pretty familiar macro layout, look and feel, okay? In Total CMS, you use 2 curly braces on either side. In this, you use the 1. So I'm going to say set link, okay? And then I'm going to do a little bit of image maintenance over here. I'm going to set this to be max width of 150, okay? And yeah, so then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put in a header. This is going to be the name. So same kind of concept as before. We're going to use the name. I'm going to duplicate that and say rating. Okay, and then I'm going to throw in a text stack, and this is going to be the comment. I think it's comment, or is it comments? Let's check that real quick. Comment. Okay, so it's singular. So basically, here's a little cheat sheet to the macros. So comment, rating, name, avatar, company, all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to set this one as an H3. This one will be my H4, and then the comment I'll leave alone. Okay, so here is the basic layout, and we can go in here with some swatches. And I'm going to say this column, I'm actually going to put this column inside a container, or this column pro. And I'm going to call this, what are we going to call this? Review container. And I'm going to add a border. Okay, and we'll just make it simple, 1 pixel size, and I'm going to make the, actually I'm going to make the color a swatch. I'll make it secondary, okay? So there's that, and then I'm going to add a little bit of rounding to this. There we go. Okay, so right now we don't have anything, but that makes sense. All right, and while I'm at it, I'm just gonna, for this container, I'm gonna put on some margin. So MY, and I'll just do 48. Okay, and then I think we are good for this layout. So the way that the Stacks Review display stack works is kind of like feeds or blog list, okay? So you create a layout, and then the stack will go through and run through all the different entries and make them all display the same way, okay? So you create one layout, and it's duplicated across all. And so for this one, I'm going to keep it at 1, but we could do 2, 3, 4, 5, however many. But since this layout is a horizontal layout, I think 1 will do just fine. And then I'm going to leave all these guys up here just checked, and I'm going to keep the limit to, I'll set the limit to, 10. Why not? All right. And so we've got that. And I'm going to set a timestamp ascending. Yeah, that's fine. So here's our general layout. And then what I can do actually is take this and I will, here, I'm going to copy both the swatches and this. And you know what? Just because it's me, I'm going to throw this into a pin. I love my pins. All right, and I'm going to say review layout. Okay, so here's our review layout. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go over to the videos page, actually the review page. I'm sorry, the video view page. So this is the page where we can actually see the videos, okay? And I'm going to find my my blog post. There we go. So this is my blog post, and this is where the video and the transcripts are. Let me close up the SEO helper. All right. Let's just make sure I know where my end is. Okay. So I'm going to put the reviews underneath this. Okay. So it'll show up at the bottom of the page, or at the bottom of the blog post page. And then now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to find a spot where I can actually put the average reviews. Okay, so I'm going to go back and find StacksReviews. Okay, so I'm going to take this StacksReview display reviews average stack. It's a mouthful. And I'm going to put it underneath the title, okay? Now, because we're using a blog post or a list page, a list view, we need to actually do one extra step, all right? So this average, we need to know, how many people actually reviewed this one video, right? Not all the videos. We want it per video average. So in order to do that, we need to figure out what the ID is. And that's actually pretty easy to do, okay? So if I go over to the Stacks Guru website and I just, come down to, Joe's latest video, if I click on this, you'll see up here, it says stacksguru.com / my website got hacked. What happened? How did I fix it? Okay. So this up here is the ID. Okay. That's going to be the ID. But, we need to put it in here so that it works with everything. And how do we do that? With the permalink macro. So I'm going to come over here and my ID is going to be the stacksguru.com / and because this is a post page, it's going to be the blog permalink with the two parentheses. Okay, so that is the permalink, so that each time that this page loads, it's going to load this permalink and we'll be able to see the reviews for just this one video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this because this is the display average, and you can over here say the suffix. So what do you want this to say? Do you want it to say ratings? Do you want it to say, like in AppSumo, tacos? For my Stacks Basecamp site, I have campfires. You can have it say whatever you want, right? So maybe I'll do like karma, right? Because it's Stacks Guru. I'll say this is karma. And then I'm going to leave using TCMS blog list unchecked because this is a post page, not the blog list page. All right, now I'm going to add the ratings to the individual ratings, the individual videos in the lists. Okay, so down here I have my video lists, and I'm going to, under the title of it, I'm going to put the rating. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, but I have to change this up here from this macro to the blog list macro, which is just two curly braces on either side of permalink. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to actually leave this off. I don't want anything in here, okay, for that. But I will leave, display emoji and number inline, which actually, now that I'm thinking about that, I'm going to turn off display inline so that the rating is on top of the number and then the suffix. All right, and then I'm going to come back to home real quick, and I'm going to copy this stack, and I'm going to go to the actual videos page that displays all the videos. Okay, come down to the video lists. All right, so I have a couple of different lists. You have the ability to actually see the list of videos. I'll show you that right here in two different ways. So right now you have the ability to see the videos where it's just a single list like this, or in a grid form. You can see them like this. All right, so we need to put the rating in two different places. So let's go down here, and we'll open up the list view first. And I think for the list view, what I'm going to do is put it under the picture. So I'm going to paste this here, and I'm going to keep that in line, and I'm going to say karma, because I want it to say it on the list view, but maybe not the grid view, right? So I have that there. I'm going to check use in Total CMS blog list, and then I'm going to close this guy up, and I'm going to open up the grid, and I'm going to find where the title is, and I'm going to actually put it underneath that. And I'm going to turn on TCMS blog list for that. I'm going to leave this blank and keep it in line. Okay, so now we have our project set up with the rating system, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and publish this so that we can actually see what we've done. Okay, so now the page has been published, and what we have to do next is actually go to the admin reviews config page. So I'm going to just copy this to make it easier, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to get rid of this. Type in reviews /admin reviews config, and I need to put in my password because I locked it down. All right, configuration complete, and there you go. Now let's go and just make sure that everything is working, because there's one more thing that I have to do. Cool, okay, so right now I have 0 reviews, and it's not showing up here. I'm not sure why, but we'll go ahead and look at this. And I have 0 karma, okay, for this one. So that's cool. I mean, it's working, it's there. But the thing is, we don't have any way to put a review on this page just yet. So let's do that now. So if I come up to the reviews view page, and I see that I have my, my review right here, maybe I want to put an add review button next to it. So we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and drag out a StacksReviews create button. And then I'm going to go to my Foundation 6 stacks, find a 2-column. I'm going to give this some padding and gutters. I'm going to add my button there, and I'm going to add my review here. I'm going to make them vertically aligned middle, and there you go. Okay, now here's the fun. This is the fun. You can actually choose what your emoji looks like, okay? And here is where you put that in. So how do you get this? There are a couple ways to do it, but one of the easier ways is to just go and search, emoji, Emojipedia. I'm sure that one's a good one. That's cool. But it's a little bit easier actually if you do like W3 emojis. Yeah, I got it. All right, so I'm going to click on this, and it will give you a list of all the emojis, right? So just for, the sake of ease, I'm going to just stick with this star, okay? Now, I'm going to click on Try It right here, and it's going to bring up this page, and really what I want to do is just get this, okay? Get this code. So you want the hex code for the emoji. I'm going to paste it in here. So now I'll have my star. And another thing is that you can actually customize the look and feel of this button, because all this is a Foundation 6 button. So you could throw on a swatch palette here and give the button a class and say, add review button. Okay. And let's say that I want the button to have, rounded corners. So I'm going to put a rounding swatch. And there you go, boom, there's my rounding. So what if I think that button's a bit too big though, right? There aren't any sizing options over here, but we can size the button. I'm just going to throw a padding swatch on here. And I'm going to oops. I guess I lost my my copy. So I'm going to paste that here. Okay, so that does not look good, right? But I'll just throw on detailed, and I'll maybe put 4 top, and then I'll do, actually let's do 8 top and 8 bottom. There we go. And that's not perfect, but you get the idea how you can actually modify this. You could even go on and throw in a font style swatch, and then you can set the text to be whatever size you want. And we'll make small 12 as well. So there you go. Again, make it look however you want. And then, so here I have my 2-column. I have the review on the left and the add review button on the right. And I'm just going to publish that. Okay, so let's go to the page and just see what that looks like. Okay, so I have my add review button over here. If I click on that, it allows me to add a review. And what I'm going to do actually is turn on overflow, turn off overflow hidden. So I want it visible. That way I can, have this thing be seen. Okay, so I have my button here with the button on the right and the review on the left. Now then, one last thing. I have to, in here, add the, in the hidden field, what the video is, right? So if I come over to this, how does the system know that it's going to be for this this video? Well, it's because of the permalink, right? And so, that's good for the system, but what if I want to know what in the review, like if I get a review submitted to me and I go into the back end and see the reviews. So if I go in here and I'm just going to put in reviews, and I'm going to just get rid of config and type in view. because this is our view page. All right, so this is the admin side for the reviews. Now you have ID, name, avatar, blah, 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 all this stuff going across, right? So that's cool. But how do you know, like in here, looking at this list, what specific video or product or blog post or whatever is being reviewed? That's where the hidden fields come in. All right, so Scott has given us 3 hidden fields, but for this purpose, I'm just going to need 1. So what I'll do is I'll come over here, and because this is in the blog post page, I'm going to put in the permalink, but it's going to be the permalink for the macro for this blog post. So it's %% blog permalink, yep, and then the 2 parentheses. All right, so this is pretty much done. I don't need the ID because it's already inside the blog post and it should know. Yeah, we should be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the Stacks Guru website, and I have our video up. Okay, so I'm just going to reload the page just for good measure, and then I'm going to go and add a review. Okay, so I'm going to put in my name, which is Chris, company, we're going to say Stacks Basecamp. Okay, and then email, we'll do info@stacksbasecamp.com. All right, I'm going to give it a review of 5 reviews because I like what I see here. And I'm just going to throw in some, dummy text. Okay. This is some Star Wars lorem ipsum. Okay. And, oh, I forgot to turn on the avatar. Here, let's do that real quick. So we'll come over here and show avatar. There we go. It is not on by default. So now it is turned on. Let me publish this page. Okay, so go back over here. Let's reload. And then say add. Okay, now we have the avatar. So I'm going to say Chris. And I'm going to say Stacks Basecamp. Email will be info@stacksbasecamp.com. And then I'm going to give myself a 5-star review and throw in some text. Okay, so let me just cut that off a little bit. Okay, so then now what I can do is throw in a picture. Let me just grab my picture real quick. Okay, so there's my picture, and I'm going to say submit review. Okay, so review was submitted, and if you had the notifications turned on, then it would send an email saying, hey, you got a review. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit refresh. There we go, and there's my review. Now here's the hidden field, so blog list partials, that's the name of the video. Okay, that's the permalink, so I know which video is being reviewed. Here's the name, the avatar, the company, email, all that stuff. The emoji type, because you could have multiple reviews systems on your website and they can all use different emojis. So this is showing which emoji is being used. Here's my rating and here's my comment. Now I have it set automatically to draft, and so it's not going to show up. So if I refresh this page, I still have 0 karma. I'm going to hit publish. Okay, so it's published, and then now if I go back and I refresh the page, there you go. I have 1 5-star review, and there you go. That's not bad. So if I come over here, actually if I go to Stacks Guru and I scroll down, did I not do something correctly in the blog list? Let's go find out. See, we're doing this together. All right, what did I mess up? So I have Stacks Guru, permalink. Oh, I didn't turn on using Total CMS blog list. There you go. All right, let me publish that real quick. Okay, and we'll come back over here, hit refresh. Still not wanting to play nice. Okay, so there's one more thing I forgot to do, and I apologize. So we're going to go to the video view page, and I actually forgot to put the ID in here for the add button. I forgot. I thought it would be fine if I didn't have it in here, but I was confusing it with the review list down here. This display, this StacksReviews display does not need an ID because it's inside of the blog post page or blog post stack. So if I come back up here, I'm going to need to now add my ID, which is going to be stacks. So HTTPS, stacksguru.com /% blog permalink parentheses. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to publish this. And let's see if it actually works now, or I may have to actually add another review. So I might actually have to add another review. So what I'll do is I'll go to the reviews. I'll delete this review. Okay, so I don't have any reviews. So I'm going to come over here and refresh the page. So no karma. So add a review. We'll say Chris, and then Stacks Basecamp, and then info at .com. Do a 5-star review. A little bit of lorem ipsum. I'll just leave it like that for now. Throw in my picture and submit. Okay. Oh, I have to go and approve the review, set it to publish. Okay, so it's published. And then got that. If I scroll down to the bottom, here is that review. So that's working. That's good. And if I go to the actual home page, it's still not wanting to show it on here, and I do not know why. So let's find out what we're doing wrong, or what I'm doing wrong. Come up here. Okay, so I have display average. Okay, use in total CMS blog list, got that. Is my permalink correct? StacksGuru.com. Oh, yeah, well, it would be helpful if I spelled permalink correctly. Permalink, not permalank. And because I was trying to save myself some time, I know I copied it and pasted it. So I'll come down here to the videos page, and we'll just fix that little issue. All right. Yep, permalink. Good job, Powers. Good job. All right, and then I will do the same here. Find that display stack, paste, and publish. See, I make mistakes, we all make mistakes, as long as we correct the mistakes and hopefully learn from the mistakes. Okay, so refresh. And there we go. So now this has one review, okay? And I'm not 100% sure as to why it's not showing the proper emoji, that is something that I'll have to bring up with Scott. But, you know, the stacks are not yet released, and so, you know, maybe it's just a little bug that, you know, we got to work out. But, you know, with a little bit of formatting, I can push this to the center. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to do this on the home page first. So I'm going to just throw it into a one column. And I'm going to set that to content alignment center. And just go ahead and copy that. And go to the videos page. And I'm going to delete that and paste that. And then I'm going to do the same for the list. Okay, so here it is. It's in the one column, centered. All right, now I'm going to go to the home page, refresh, and there we go. 1 5-star review for blog list partials, and if I click into it, I have my review right here. I can add another review if I wanted to, and keep going from there. So let's say that I'm going to do, like before, Kaylee. Kaylee is not a fan of mine for some reason, even though she does work for me. She's my cat. Stacks Basecamp, her email. .com. She's going to give me a 1-star review. And I want more food. So she's punishing me because I won't feed her enough. Okay, I'm just going to drag that picture in. There's Kaylee. I'll hit submit review. And then I will go to the reviews admin page. Here is her review with her picture. I'm going to say publish. So it's published now. Come back over here. And there are 2 reviews with an average of 3 stars because Kaylee is mean and she doesn't like me. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. Again, you know, just got to work out, you know, why this looks like this. But, you know, I'm sure it's something that Scott can fix easily. This is pretty awesome, guys. You know, this is going to make a lot of people happy because, you know, they've been wanting to do reviews, and now we can. It's a lot of steps, but it's easy steps, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. Like, look at that review, and then, you know, as you go through, you can add reviews and see what people like for individual videos and just go from there. So cool. All right. Okay, so we have successfully added the StacksReviews stacks by StacksAppStacks.com to our website, to our project file. And honestly, that wasn't too bad. You know, like I've done it before, and, you know, I know I tripped up a little bit here and there, but you know what? That's just developing within the Stacks environment in general. You know, there are so many things that you can do with, you know, Foundation 6 stacks and Total CMS stacks, and, you know, you can't remember everything. So I'm glad that, you know, we got it all worked out. I'm glad that we got it working. And honestly, again, it is a really simple set of stacks to get going. One of the easier ones, I think, for what it does, you know, for how powerful these stacks are and the different ways that you can use them. It's very simple. The configuration page alone, just, you know, publish and then visit and done. I think the hardest part is going to be, for me at least, remembering to add the ID and where to add the ID, you know, at what point. So yeah, but beyond that, great work, Scott. Thank you. And I know that they're not available just yet, but when they launch, please guys, go pick them up, because You know, one, it helps out Scott, you know, to keep developing these great stacks for us. But two, you know, it's just a great way to support the community in general as a whole. You know, I know that there are quite a few of us out there who are trying to do really great things and help you guys out to the best of our abilities. You know, Joe is constantly cranking away, making new stacks, but not only that, going back and making his older stacks better. You know, all it takes sometimes is for someone, you know, in the community to say, hey, what if it did this? And the next thing you know, it's that functionality is in the stack is better, we're all better for it, and yeah. And then you got guys like Josh and me who are, you know, trying to offer trainings for you guys, and so that we can help you to make better project files, so that we can help you to learn how to use all these amazing tools. You know, we have Davide, who is creating these just gorgeous project files for us to use. I mean, if you haven't seen his stuff, it's pretty incredible what he's doing. And then, you know, again, back to Scott. You know, Scott is great at making these utilitarian kind of stacks, and you know, they always blow my mind. So anyway, I hope to see you guys in the community and at the Hangouts, and you know, just go and make some cool stuff. All right, bye.